and a member of a team. I am part of a group. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values. I will always place the mission first. It's not about me, it's about the mission. I will never accept defeat. I will never lose. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade. For Rahman al-Islam, somebody falls, I'm never going to leave him fighting and walk away. And they're saying this, this is like the Ikrei Emunah. I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough, trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills. I always maintain my arms. You know, Rabbi Feller by us says you're not allowed to walk out without a pair of tefillin. In case, I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself. I am an expert. I am a professional. I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat. I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. I am an American soldier. Rabbi say, this is a goyisha ikrei emunah. Now let me tell you lahavdil what the Rambam says. The Rambam says when you choose chayolim, you choose a chayil, says the Rambam, who has with the hearts, has a vineyard, has a stub, a yorei v'rach levav, sei mir gesund. That's not what we can have. Once we did the sifting, once we got the few strong men, says the Rambam, stay in Hilchos Malachim Perek Zayin Halacha Beis, stay pa'amim medaber meshuach milchama alam. 2 times the meshuach milchama will talk to the people and encourage them, give them a pep talk about the upcoming war. Achas b'svar, once even before they leave to war, and he says, okay, Mia Isha Shenata Kerem, and okay, Rabbi said, we need the good guys. We need only the guys who are willing to fight. I see this Rambam, I say, Bishar Shatinik B'mei Imoi, before you go out L'Machama, Mashbiyin Oisoi, and Malam D'Moisei Kol HaTorah Kula, you're giving the Neshama the weapons, you're giving the guf that's going to come out, the weapons to fight the Milchama. Bisfar. And then, once they're already splitting up, they're about to fight, which we know happens every single day in our life. The Yetzer Hara has us wrapped around his finger, so we have this Milchama every day. The Meshuach Milchama stands there b'makom gavoya, stands on a high place. And he says, Rabbi Sai, the Rabbi Sai, he doesn't say that. Rabbi Sai is me. He says, Shema Yisrael, Hetzich zu Yidin, Atem krevim hayoyim lemulchama, you're about to go out to war. Aloi veichem, al yerach levavchem, al tiru, val tachbezu, don't be afraid, zorg zich nish, everything. I think they must have quoted the Rambam. I think they must have, the only thing they didn't quote is Ki Hashem alekeichem ahoylechim achim lehelachem lechem imayveichem le'shiyachem. Gedenk that the Eibishter goes with you. You think that's good enough? So the Rambam says, Achar shechayzrim kol ha'chayzrim be'erchem milchama. Once all the people who can't fight leave, oh, these are the few good men. These are the chayalim, the emissar. How do you differentiate who's emes, who's for real, who's a chayal is not? Listen, we have one more step. Misaknina samarachis, and they make generals, they make platoons, they make groups. Listen to the most scary part, which is if you look in the Mefarshim, not everybody accepts the Rambam as only in the back, some say in the back and the front. Rashi, the Rambam says, Ma'amidin me'achar kol ma'aracha, at the end of every platoon is Shaitim chazakim, bullies. The strongest army men are in the back of the platoon. Va'azin and chutzpin yakis. Yeah, it's strong. Why are they in the back? Kashilim shel barzel biyadayim. They have strong weapons. I don't know what weapon they have. Because that bewaffnete the weapons, they're standing in the back. Why in the back? Why in the back? Says the Rambam, Haraitza lachzor min ha-milchama, geis shlogen, you're in a war. Remember, if somebody decides to leave, harshus biyodam lachter chashoykoi. The guys in the back can uphaken the zayt, cut his feet, literally. Why? Shetchilas nefila nisa. The first step of losing, of defeat, is when you start running away. When you're lost, when you're not confident, you lose it. You lose it. So, the chayalim, whoever the chayalim is, in our melchamas hayetzer, it's every yid. The Eibishter gave us the malam de ma'isa kol ha'torah kula in the guf in the me'ei imoy. The Rebbe gives us malam de kol ha'torah kula every single day of the life to be able to be confident, strong, to be able to fight the Yetzer Hara. Now sometimes it feels like it's way over our head. It's way over our head. So there is a pasuk. I'm going to shorten it because I want you to speak. There is a pasuk which has a very strong question. There's a pasuk in Tehillim that says, "Beyoim ra yastireni b'seiser aloi." Rachmanu litzlan, when time goes bad, the Eibishter says, the Eibishter will hide me in his tent, in his oil. Take oil, whatever you want. B'tzur yirei memeni. He will lift me up on a rock. Any Satmar Chassidim here? No? Mishtichta? The Mishtichta Satmar Labavit? So I saw a vart from Rabbi Yoelish, which is a phenomenal vart. He says, Meila, when times are getting tough, the Eibishter say, you say, it wasn't Rabbi Yoelish, sorry. I want to bring maybe Gula Loyal with somebody else, okay. Meila yastireni b'seiser aloi. I understand how it's going to help me. I'll be hiding. They won't see me. I'll avoid the trouble. B'tzur yirei memeni. Put me on a rock. All my enemies, I'll be open for. I'll be the biggest target. How is that going to help me? So one of the darshanim answered like this. He says there was an individual who came into shul. He was having a rough time in Yiddishkeit, and he hears the chazan saying, "Shem Hashem es kol hayava v'yeis kol harishoyim." So he said, "Wow, the Eibishter, Haguta, the Eibishter loves all his oyavim, who love him, who do the right thing. And the Eibishter loves Rishoyim. First after Zayin from the oyavim, I could take the other route, and the Eibishter will love me too." So Rachmana litzlan, he went on this derech to do the bad thing. He had the Yiddish guilt. Next time he comes to shul, he comes again, it's around this pasuk, and this time he hears, Hashem es kol harishoyim, es kol oyavav, es kol harishoyim yashmid. He says, Rebbeinu Shalom, Meila, the Rishoyim yashmid. I understand. Was willst du from the oyavim? So what's the answer? Oh, you don't see the picture, the whole total picture. You came right in the middle. You're right in the middle. In the middle, that's the other Shoyim Hashem es kol hayava v'es kol harishoyim. And sometimes Kenstazen fakert. Read the whole picture. Read the whole pasuk. The whole pasuk says, no. Shoyim Hashem es kol hayava v'es kol harishoyim yashmin. If you come in the middle, it's confusing. So the Eibishter says, I once heard there was a Elter Chassid that was Meirich Yomim. Meirich Yomim. So they asked him what the Gemara says, B'Meirach Yomim. What was your schus that you had a Richus Yomim? So he says, my schus was that whatever happened in life, I never asked why. He says, what's the kesher? The Gemara says, different mitzvahs have a kesher, tarichis yamim, but what's the kesher, not asking why? He says, because anytime something would go wrong or questionable, you know what the Eibishter does when somebody says why? The Eibishter says, why? You want to have a discussion? Come on, we'll have a discussion. I'll explain it to you. So I never asked why, and bin ich geblieben da. What's pshat? Pitzur yirei memeni. The Eibishter says, I'll put you on the rock, and you will see how everything is good, milamayla. And it zeigt sich nicht. You just have to be connected to the tzur. And I'll finish off with a very strong story. A mushal. Who was in my house didn't know what a mushal was? Were you? Mushal. He grew up he grew up a couple of blocks from 770. What, 150 years ago? What were you? Huh? There is a mushal of a bird. That his mazel was he was flying around, punked in a place where the hunters are shooting birds, and he couldn't find the menucha. Every couple of minutes, another arrow, another bullet shooting. So he couldn't find proper menucha till he came to Amaskani. He says, you know what? Right down there, smack in the middle of the town, there is a statue of the Melech. Ich will chaveksetz and mamish of the crown of the statue of the Melech. And when he sits down in the statue of the crown of the Melech, Mer felt nicht. Nobody's going to shoot on the Melech because it looks like it's a Merida B'Malchus. And sure enough, he sits down there, and that's his safest place. Rabbi Sai, the message is, the lesson is, we are like the shofar. We man darf sich losen blasen, but not blas nicht von sich. Man darf sich losen blasen. However, if you recognize and you have be'emes, you know who you are, you have to be mekusher. You have to be mekusher. Sit down on the Keser HaMelech. And if you sit down on the Keser HaMelech, nobody's going to shoot against you. And you remember that if you're a real chayal and you're fighting, there is no going back ad bias goyal tzedek.